Hey, y'all. This is Toni with Eat and Travel with Toni. Welcome to the video today. This is the first classic vanilla pound cake in my pound cake diary. So like I said, I'll be making a round of pound cakes for the next several weeks to months, I put it that way. So definitely make sure you come back and join me. And of course, if you want to see all these pound cakes, make sure that you, of course, subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell to receive all the videos I upload from this point here on out. If you ain't seen those in the past, go check them out too. But like I said, welcome to the Pound Cake Diaries. Like I said, this is episode 1, classic vanilla pound cake. So I got all my ingredients up here on the counter and my measuring stuff all over there. So y'all, we're going to go ahead and get started with this beautiful cake, y'all. And yes, I've made this cake before. This is not my first time. I've been making pound cakes since when I'm 49, since I was probably in my early 20s. I would say. So probably about 2021 actually, but like I said, for a long time. So like I said, definitely welcome. Like I said, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And I guess I can dance while I'm doing some of it too. But like I said, definitely I hope y'all enjoyed the video and hope y'all enjoyed this classic vanilla pound cake. Pound cakes are one of my favorite cakes actually. My grandmother, my aunts used to make them all the time for every family event that we had, y'all. I used to love those cakes. I'm like, who made these cakes? How do you make these cakes? Finally got some recipes, finally figured out how to make them. That's why I'm doing these now. Like I said, that was back years ago though. But like I said, still, I've got to have these cakes, y'all. Like I said, I love them. And I know other folks, of course, love pound cakes too. They're nostalgic cakes. So, of course, a lot of people do love pound cakes. So like I said, our first one is classic vanilla. So like I said, let's go ahead and get started, y'all. And of course, we got to add the butter and the sugar. Let me get this butter on up in here. And it's for the ingredients will be in the description of the video as well. Actually, for all these pound cakes, they'll be in the description as well, y'all. And this takes 4 sticks of butter. Pound cakes are one of those cakes that you, of course, have to put a lot of ingredients in. What I was always taught by my grandmothers, just a pound of everything is what it seemed like. And that's basically what it seemed like, too. A pound of butter, a pound of sugar, a pound of flour, all that kind of stuff. Interesting recipes, y'all. But this is a very dense, a thick cake is what I like to say because I don't understand the word dense too much. So, a thick cake. So, let me put these butters here, y'all. Uh-oh. And I do got to measure out the sugar. But I'm going to get this butter going while I do that, y'all, just to let y'all know. Uh-oh. There we go. Let me go ahead and get the butter going. A little bit on low while I'm doing the sugar. 3 cups of sugar. Okay. Right, y'all. First cup of sugar. Get out in there. Think I can? Shoot. Let me cut this off so I can actually pour the sugar in there this time, y'all. And scrape down this this bowl too. There's another cup of sugar. Uh-oh. Where's my, looking for my thing. Where's my thing? Trying to get my little handy dandy scraper, y'all. And all these ingredients been sitting out for the last few hours. So they do, when you're making pound cakes, they all do have to be at room temp. Just keep that in mind. Your milk, your eggs, your butter. Those are the only things that are like liquid or wet inside this this recipe. So like I said, it has to be at room temp, y'all. Has to be. Oh, and I didn't say in the beginning, actually, today is the 4th of July, so I'm actually going to be making this cake red, white, and blue, just to let y'all know. I didn't say that either, but it will be like a 4th of July kind of theme cake, y'all. I've never made that in the pound cake, but I already have flavorings. I already know how to do it, so I'm going to show y'all and walk y'all through too. So y'all can see it as well. But like I said, it should be a cute cake by the time we get it cut, y'all. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure, because I've made other things with different colors, just not the pound cake. But like I said, I'm sure it's going to be nice when I'm done with it, y'all. I'm sure. You don't have to make the cake the 4th of July themed. But like I said, I'm doing it today because that's what holiday it is today, and I want to kind of stick to a little theme a little bit. So, okay, let me go ahead and get this on back on there. Uh-oh. There we go. Now I'm going to turn this up a little bit too, y'all, while the sugar is trying to get on up in there. Right, I got my last cup of sugar over here, but let me get down, scrape down these sides and the beaters too, or the mixer as well. Let me get these beat on down. Let me clean on off of me. I guess beat down too. Goodness gracious. All right. All right, y'all. And let me know in the comments if you ever made a pound cake or if you ever had a piece of pound cake. Like I said, y'all, this is one of my favorite cakes. Even though I love cake with icing too, it's one of my favorites too. But like I said, definitely the pound cake is very nostalgic for me. And like I said, I definitely want to go back to my roots. I guess I put it that way as well, making these cakes. So like I said, everybody can understand, of course, nostalgia and having the old school pound cakes and all that kind of stuff, y'all. Like I said, I'm sure y'all gonna love this series. Like I said, make sure you subscribe to the channel, of course, to stay abreast on what cake I'm making next, y'all. Stay abreast, y'all, so y'all can know. I'll be making another cake next week too. So y'all can, every week it'll be a different pound cake. Some more nostalgic flavors, some more interesting flavors, I must say. Because if y'all don't know, I have a business called Cookies and Ish. So I have been making all kinds of cookies and different flavors, playing with different things. So I'm going to try to see if I can incorporate some of those into some of these pound cakes. We're going to see. We're going to see, y'all. And I'm very sure it's possible. Trust me on that one. All right, there we go. Let me get the other sugar up in here. Other cup of sugar. And that's our last cup of sugar, y'all. Let's go ahead and mix this on till it's creamed. That's okay. Trying to see when it's threaded. Let me wipe right down the side some more. I'm going to beat this for like another minute or two, y'all, just to let y'all know. Maybe 3, just to make sure it's creamed enough and smooth as I can get it. I put it that way. Uh-oh. Sometimes it takes about 5 minutes of beating. It just depends. So let me put that back on there. And get these scraped down again. And make sure my bottom is scraped too. So I got to scrape the bottom. So like I said, make sure y'all scrape y'all bottom too on your mixers. Especially if you're following along with the recipe. Because you don't want there to be anything at the bottom, like some extra sugar that's not even beat up or that kind of thing. You have to actually go all the way down to the middle, y'all. Just keep that in mind. To make sure everything is off. To make sure everything is off from the bottom. There we go. I can see that it is. Okay. I don't care what mixer you got, you still got to scrape. Just keep that in mind, y'all. Doesn't matter. Still got to scrape, y'all. Uh-oh. Like I said, I'm put this on for about another few minutes. And, uh-oh. Okay. Right? I think it looks as smooth as I can get it right about now, or as fluffy as I can get it. I put it that way. So next we're going to start adding the eggs. We have 6 eggs for this recipe. And like I said, yes, pound cake takes a lot of ingredients. And eggs is always one of the things. I know they're expensive, or well, they actually the price went down just a little bit recently, but they are expensive to buy. But like I said, these cakes are, like I said, nostalgia cakes, and I'm still gonna make them batter eggs anyway, y'all. That's all right, because I want to make these recipes for y'all. Uh-oh. Right? Let me... Uh-oh. Right? Trying to get this scraped down some. And I'm going to add 1 egg at a time, y'all. I've already poured them into my little bowl. So 2 may come out at the same time. I don't know. That does happen sometimes. So, and if it does, y'all just know it's okay. Your cake is not going to die because 2 eggs came out at once. Just keep that in mind. But I am going to put them in there as much as I can, 1 at a time. So, here goes the first egg. If I can get it on in there. Yep, I got it. All right, got the first egg, y'all. All right. It's looking good already, y'all. Looking good. And I've already sprayed my pan as well with the bake-off to make sure this one does not get stuck. I've been having some issues here in Tucson with this heat, I guess. So like I said, y'all, I've been having my last few pound cakes for some reason. Y'all may see the videos on her. Y'all will see the videos on her, rather. But for some reason, they got stuck. I'm like, I have never had a pound cake stuck in a pan. But I don't know, y'all. I don't know if it's the heat or what in the desert. I don't know. It probably is. Because I'm used to making these at home back in St. Louis. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But I don't know, y'all. But I got the bake-off this time. I got the bake-off instead of just the cooking spray. Because I've always just used cooking spray. I've always just used that, y'all. Never had no issues until this past few months, I guess. Not sure why. That is all right. That is all right. All right, let me add the second egg. But like I said, my pan is already sprayed. I do have the bundt cake. Oh, 2 eggs fell in there. That's okay. I do have my little cute little bundt cake pan. And let me take this up out of there so I can scrape down the sides because it's already kind of going all over there. Let me make sure I got the bottom too. Let me make sure. I want to make sure it's mixing together right. Can't get back there too much, but I'll have to get it after this mix, I think, because my hand can't reach back there. It's kind of tight. All right. All right. Right, y'all see how fluffy it's looking? Looking good, y'all. Right, let me pour another egg up in there. Whoops. Almost dropped another one, too. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. And I will scrape down after this. I see it all on the sides, too. And make sure the bottom is okay. All right, let me scrape down this. Get this little cake out the middle. The little, not cake, but the little piece of butter that wasn't mixed up in the middle. And sometimes that happens to y'all. It's okay. Just try to get as much of it out as you can. I put it that way into your bowl or back into your bowl. Because it does happen, y'all. It does happen, okay? It does happen. It does happen. All right. So let me... Y'all see I make up songs with every doggone thing I can think of. Let me try to make sure this is scraped from the bottom too. So I got 2 eggs left to add up in here. I want to make sure it's all getting mixed. All getting mixed. And not any eggs on the side over here. I think we got it all, y'all. Just trying to get this little scraper back clean a little bit. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, now another egg. Another egg, another egg, another egg. Oh, there we go. We got the last egg up in there, y'all. All right. Back up, back up, back up. Just making sure I got all the stuff up out of here. As much as I can, y'all. As much as I can. And I'm about to add this other egg too. About to add the other egg, y'all. I think everything is from around the sides and I got the bottom scraped. So it doesn't feel like none is back on the bottom. Or no egg is left on the bottom, rather. Looks like everything is mixing and mixing. Right? This last egg up in here. Last egg up in here. Okay. All right, y'all. So, looks like this is all mixed up for me right now. Trying to scrape the bottom, make sure I no egg down or living a whole yolk or something. Because somebody, I'm sure, I hate to eat a whole yolk or unbeaten egg in the cake. So, you got to make sure that it's actually all beaten, y'all. And like I said again, no matter what cake mixer you have, make sure you scrape the bottom. Make sure you scrape the bottom. I don't care what they say. Make sure you scrape the bottom so you can know that it's all, of course, mixed in. There's nothing left down there. Okay. And I'm about to start adding the flour and the milk. I got 4 cups of flour and 3/4 cup of milk. So they have to be added alternately. So I'm going to start with my first cup of flour. First cup of flour. On into the batter. Then we're going to mix that on up. Let me beat this down some. You got to get in there at least halfway. Make sure it's almost beat up in here. So let me get this kind of scraped down already. Get it scraped down, y'all. We're going to have to do this several times with this flour, too. Whenever you're dealing with flour, that is usually the case. Let me turn this back on for a few and go ahead and get this mixed. Okay. Let me go ahead and add my first 1/4 of a cup of milk. And I'm using the 4th cup measure. So I can just, I forgot to take the top off. So I can just add the, like I said, to put the milk on in there already measured, I guess in the measuring cup. So I just have to add 3 of these. This 3/4 of a cup. So 1/4 3 times. Forgot to take the little tab off. All right. Fourth of a cup, fourth of a cup. Well, let's pour on in. Pour on in. Right? Go ahead and get that going. Let me scrape down these sides some. Right? I'm gonna mix it just another few seconds. That's all. And I'm putting another cup of flour in it too. Here, that's it. Now I'm gonna add the other flour, the other cup of flour. It's the second cup of flour I'm adding. Put that on up. Oops. All right, scrape down again. Like I said, this is going to keep happening with this flour. You got to just keep scraping down, y'all. I got to get over here to get down to the bottom, too, to make sure everything is mixing and mixing down there. All right. It is. So far, so good. Okay. Right. And I'm going to go ahead and add the milk in her, too, y'all. I think it's mixed up enough with the flour that I just put in there, so just trying to get this off the mixer. Right? Milk, come back again, come back again. Another fourth of a cup. And like I said, all the ingredients will be in the description of the video so that you can either follow along or make your own after you see my video. So if you need to pause it and stuff like that, feel free. Kind of get this up in there. Trying to. Okay, milk, you got. Let me get you scraped down. All right, scraping down again. Like I said, y'all, I'm trying to make sure this gets up in here. And I got another cup of flour I'm about to add right now, actually. Let me go on and get that on in here. So it's our third cup of flour, y'all. Let's start a mixing. Right, and let me scrape some more. Try to make sure I get all the flour incorporated, y'all. Like I said, y'all gonna have to do this over and over. Because you want to make sure you don't leave any flour around the sides and make sure this cake is actually getting whipped on up. Let me go down to the bottom to make sure this feels okay. All right, it does. It does, it does, it does. You see how smooth this batter looking, y'all? Looks good, too. Looks doggone good. Let me get this stuff off this spatula. All right. There we go, there we go, there we go. All right. Let me pour the other fourth of a cup. I know the flour, you still see a little bit of flour in there. That's okay. At least for me, it's okay. I do that sometimes. And like I said, it will definitely mix on up. And there's our last fourth of a cup of milk. We still got one more cup of flour to go. Put this back in the fridge. Let me scrape this down some more. Scrape down, scrape down, scrape down. All right. Get this one alongside milky milk. All right, milky milk. All right, let me trying to make sure I'm getting this. If there's any other butter that you see that's on your mixer or on this, whatever this thing is, the mixing thing. I don't know what it's called. I should know what it's called. Oh goodness, that's all right. Whatever the thing is called, y'all know what I'm saying. If any butter's left on her, try to get as much as you can off. Sometimes, like I said, we have cakes and stuff and make stuff, and sometimes there's still a little bit of butter stuck up in these little crevices. If you can get it off, fine. If not, that should be okay too, because it shouldn't be a whole lump and all this stuff up there. It should just be a little bit. I'm still just trying to scrape a little bit, y'all. That's all. That is all, y'all. That is all. All right. All right, let me get this thingy over here. So I can go ahead and put our last cup of flour up in there. All right, the last cup of flour, y'all. Put it over there. Oh, I gotta get my bowl so it's color. Let me just scrape these sides down real quick so I can make sure this is all. I want to beat it until it's fully is incorporated. I put it that way. Okay. Trying to make sure the bottom is scraped down or too, as much as I can. All right, I'm gonna mix this up another few seconds at least to make sure this flour is up in there and fully incorporated, y'all. And then I'm gonna add the flavorings in there too. So we got vanilla and we got almond extracts. All right, that's enough, few seconds. Right, so it's a teaspoon. Like I said, all the ingredients will be in the description. But it is a teaspoon of vanilla and almond extract for this cake, y'all. Both. There's my vanilla. And this cake looks so luscious, y'all. Just falling all off the thing. As y'all see on there, it looks so pretty. So, so pretty. So, so pretty. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious, y'all. Goodness gracious. Okay. All right. We go ahead and mix these things on up in there. Let me throw these back up here in the cabinet. Mix these on in. Mix them on in, y'all. Actually, let me speckle it down some more because I see the vanilla still on the sides over here. And it smells so good, y'all. If y'all are following along making this with me, y'all can smell how this cake smells, y'all. That almond extract and the vanilla extract, it smells so good. It smells so good up in here. I tell you that much. It smells so good up in here, y'all. Up in this piece. All right, let me get this. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Add. I put it that way. All right, so let me go ahead and turn this back on for at least another minute. And I said another minute, y'all. I meant 30 seconds because otherwise we don't need to beat it another minute. So I'm gonna have to take some of the batter up out of here so I can make some red and so I can make some blue. So like I said, so I can put it inside the cake because I want to make it a little bit of swirl, like a little red and blue, just like I said for the 4th of July. So because today's the 4th of July, so when I'm making this on, so I definitely wanted to add a little bit of cuteness to it. I guess I'd say that. So let me go ahead and get this thing up out of here so I can scrape this down some more. Trying to get the cake mix off of here as much as I can. As much as I can. All right. Alrighty, Smitey. I think I got that as much as I can. All right. Put this under the sink. I got a lot of dishes back there, but that's all right. All right, so where can I put this? I'm trying to... Let me clean up just a little bit, y'all, because I'm going to actually have to, like I said, to make the, to get the red and blue cake mix on it. Let me clean up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay? Get this stuff out of the way. There we go. Okay. Out the way. So now I'm trying to figure out, take this out of here. Take that out of there. Right, let me move this on back on the table, y'all. I need to get this out the way so I can actually get the cake together. All right. All right, so we got some cake mix, like I said, and we're about to mix up some red and blue cake. A little bit of cake mix. So let me see, I need another spoon. Another spoon. Then I'm going to need some toothpicks. Let me get my toothpicks from up here. Yeah, like I said, I need the toothpicks to make the swirl. I know I can use a spoon or the spatula. I can use that too. I may have to use it. It depends on how I'm going to do this cake. You can do it either way you want. If you want to make the swirl, you just got to use the toothpicks. You want to alternate the colors in the in the baking pan. You can do that too. And that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. I may. So let me take some of this cake mix out of here, y'all. I got to put it into the bowl. Like I said, I got to dye it. So, and I got the gel food coloring. My partner bought me those. I think last year. I have all types of colors, y'all. I love these colors. So I put 3 big old spoon heaps of what is it called? Y'all, cake mix into the bowl. So I'm just putting 3 regular spoon size. I'm not doing anything different. Because it doesn't matter how much, for me at least, how much I put in there. Just that we got some, I put it that way. So let me try to, let me get my red coloring. Let me move this, my hands from over here. My red and blue. There's royal blue. And where is my red? I know it's up in here somewhere. I know it's in here somewhere. I don't know where it's at. I know I got it. Let me guess the red, the last color. So I got my super red color, y'all. These are colors from, is it from Ann Clark? Like I said, he ordered me a whole box of these. It's a box of 12, a 12 pack. He got them from Amazon. So like I said, definitely, y'all, I'm going to be just adding a drop of, as soon as I get it open, a drop of gel coloring to each one. And it's just going to be a drop right now. So I think 1 drop, should be okay. I'm thinking. If not, I will put more in there. Now I can't get my top back on. What's going on? I may need to shake these up a little bit. I hadn't used them in a while, but let me go ahead and start stirring the red, y'all. Start stirring the red up. Can y'all see that? I'm mixing up the red. Let me pull this up here. I'll put this one up here. So y'all can see I'm mixing up the red, y'all. Mixing on up the red, y'all. I'm trying to get all the little cake mix that's in here that's not mixed up yet, mixed on up. So let me see. I think I like that red. I think I do. May want to put a tiny bit more in there. Let me see. Just a tiny bit more, y'all. And this time not on the spoon, but in the in the batter. See, one more drop. Okay. Just want to be a little bit of a deeper red. All right. All right. Yeah, I'm liking that. Okay, yeah, there we go. That's the red I want, y'all. That's the red I want. All right, so let me move this red on out the way and do the blue, which is my favorite color, y'all. Yeah, I didn't know. Blue is my favorite color. Again, blue is my favorite color. All right, let me put one drop. One drop. Ooh. Okay, ceiling fan is blowing stuff all around the place. Trying not to get myself colored up in here with some blue ink. So, this is beautiful too. Told y'all, blue is my favorite color. Look at this blue. You can't tell me that ain't pretty. Oh my God. This is beautiful. Beautiful. And that's actually all the blue I'm gonna need, actually. I knew that was gonna work the first time. Blue is a cool color, like I said. It works. All right, let me see. Y'all, I think I'm just going to alternate the colors in the cake pan, actually, is what I'm going to do. So, I don't think I'm going to use the toothpicks, even though I got them out. That's fine. I just throw them back in the bag, I guess. But I think I'm just going to alternate my colors, y'all. So, let me move these out the way. I got to get my cake pan. Like I said, it's already sprayed and all that kind of stuff. So, it's already sprayed, ready to go. I just have to make sure to put this cake mix in there. So, I guess I can use this. Yeah, I can use this. I can use this, yeah. I'm hoping y'all can see this because I'm kind of twisted up in her. I'm just going to pour it on this one side and then go ahead and, like I said, mix it on. Put some red and blue in there too. Because otherwise I ain't going to be able to get it up in there. Or y'all going to be seeing the backs of my hands. I'm trying to make sure y'all can actually see. This is awkward, actually. I'm trying to make sure y'all can see too. Trying to make sure y'all can see. And I may actually have to get another spoon to actually put some in there. We'll see. We'll see. I can use this too. Oh. Use this too. All right. Can use this too. Put some cake mix on up in there. All right. Can use the back of this. Y'all, this cake smells so, so good. I'm loving the way this smells. Love the way cake mix smells, y'all. It smells so good. Especially homemade cake mix. My goodness. My goodness, y'all. All right. Let me go ahead and smooth this on around some so I can go ahead and put the red. Drop some dollars of red and, blew up in her. It's going to be a pretty little cake, y'all. Pretty little cake. And like I said, there's no rhyme or reason to the way I will do this. I'm just dropping colors in her, y'all. Wherever I think they should go. Just dropping some color up in her, y'all. And I may actually use I may swirl it. I think I'm going to swirl it. I think I will swirl it. I think. I'm trying to see. Am I swirling or not? So like I said, I'm using all this, of course, cake batter. Of course, to get this on up in here. Like I said, for me, there's no rhyme or reason. If you want to do a different way or a different design, help yourself. But I'm just putting the dollops in here. Just putting them on up in here, y'all. Because when it bakes, it's going to bake out or whatever it is. So, like I said, just adding the red. Let me get some more of that. Get some more of that. Okay, I'm just trying to move it around just a little bit. Okay. Right, y'all? So I'm going to put that on up. And then I'm going to put a little bit more cake mix on top of this. And then I'm going to add the blue on top of her. Just to let y'all know that's how I'm going to do this cake. And no, it will not be perfect, but it'll be on her. I'll put it that way. Because nothing's going to be perfect. I say that. So, but you can do all you can. But like I said, I'm just going to put some cake mix on top of the red. And then I'm going to add the blue in there. Then the rest of the cake mix is going to be just regular cake mix, y'all. As much as I can to cover up the red. If I can't get it all covered, it is okay too. It's definitely okay. Okay, so let me go ahead and start getting the blue up in here. And I'll just start adding the blue the same way I did the red. Just put it on her. Put it on her, y'all. Ain't got to be no specific way. Unless you want it like that, like I said. Otherwise, it's just going to be on her. It's already looking pretty, y'all. Can y'all see that? All right now. All right now. All right now. All right now. It's looking pretty, y'all. I'm loving these colors, though. Loving the colors together on this cake, y'all. Loving the colors. So pretty. So pretty. About to do a dance, y'all. Almost. I was just about to do a dance. All right. Let me at least finish getting this cake together, and I'll do a dance once I'm done. Guess once I put it into the oven, because it's going to be so pretty when it comes out. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Trying to get this cake mix off of her. This one. This is going to be pretty, y'all. All right. Got that, y'all? It's going to be looking pretty. I can tell already, y'all. It already looks nice, actually. All right. Cake mix on top. Let me see if I can get this pouring on top. Or as much as I can, because I got a lot of cake mix left. I'm trying to get up here. I may not be able to show y'all. Let me see. Well, I can get some up here. I can show y'all some of this. Okay, I wasn't sure. Because sometimes, like I said, this is awkward for me to turn my hands this way. Because this ain't the way I would actually pour or put this on her. I'm trying to make sure y'all can see into the camera to see what in the world's going on. Otherwise, y'all can be like, what is happening? What's going on? Her hands are in the way. So I'm trying to make sure y'all can see y'all. Uh-oh. All right. The rest of this, I may have to just scoop. Yeah. Because I ain't going to be able to do that with my hand holding like that. All right, so we just going to scoop the rest out of the mixing bowl. We just going to scoop the rest, y'all. Okay? Trying to cover up as much blue as I can, the red as I can. So I want it to kind of be in the cake, not on top of the cake, really. But I'm going to get it as much as I can. Cover it on up, y'all. I'm sure I can succeed with that. Because like I said, this ain't my first time doing this. So I'm sure I know how to do it. So, all right. Still got a little bit of cake mix in here, y'all. Bear with me. Still trying to get the rest of this out. The rest of this out. Got a little bit more, y'all. We're working our way to kind of smooth it out just a tiny bit. Like I said, I'm going to smooth it out just a little bit, but I'm not going to mess with the color inside of there, okay? All right. Just get that up there. Just going to push it on over as much as I can just to cover it up. That's all. Like I said, I want the color inside the cake and not really on top of it, which it may come through anyway. But I really want it inside the cake. So when I cut it, it can be beautiful, the designs up in there. All right. So, let me wash my hands, y'all. My hands are sticky. Sticky. All right. Okay, let me get this oven open. Okay, y'all, let me, turn it towards me now. Okay. Like I said, I'm about to put this cake into the oven. I already had the oven set on 350. It's been set for a while, but actually ever since I've been baking. I mean, making the mix, it's been on 350. So the oven is very, very warm. Even though I just open it up, that's all right, because I want y'all to see me put the cake in, but that's all right. But like I said, definitely, y'all, look at this bad boy. I can't wait. Like I said, it's on 350, so about 40 to 45 minutes, I'll come back and check it. When I see my pound cakes done, I see them, of course, any cake, they'll be pushed away from the sides a little bit, like a little gap between the cake and the side. That's how my grandmothers and everybody told me that everything was done. So that's how I'm going to do with these two. So let me go ahead and put this on in the oven, y'all. All right. All right. So y'all, I'll be back in about 40, 45 minutes. Peace out. And make sure that you, of course, subscribe to the channel while this cake is baking. So make sure you subscribe, y'all. I guess I didn't do my dance for y'all. I forgot. All right, let me do a dance. I don't know what kind of dance. Some of y'all may remember this dance. I forgot what it's called, y'all. I don't remember, but I can do this one too. No, it looks crazy, but that's all right. We're going to do something today. Make sure y'all dance while y'all cake is in the oven too. I'll see y'all in about 40, 45 minutes. All right, y'all, your girl is back while the cake is baking. And I told y'all 40 minutes. Yeah, it's supposed to be about an hour and 40 minutes. But I'm going to check it at an hour and about 10 to 15 minutes to see how it's looking. So that's my mistake, y'all. But let's go ahead and get this glaze for this cake made. I actually got, oh, why did I just do that? I have all the ingredients here on the counter. And of course, they'll be in the description for you too. So let's go ahead and get into it. I've already melted the butter. Got my 1.5 tablespoons of butter melted. So basically, you're putting everything into this bowl. I guess I put it that way that I melted the butter in. And then we're going to stir it on up. So let me pull the camera down shortly, y'all. Let me pull this down for y'all so y'all can see what's going on. Actually, I'll flip it around this way for you. I think that's a little bit better angle. There we go. Okay, so we already got the butter, like I said. So we have 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. 1 cup and 2 tablespoons. Y'all, I keep giving y'all the wrong things. Like I said, the actual ingredients will be inside the description of the video, because I'm saying something wrong, y'all. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Let me... oh, what is going on today? All right. Oh, let me get this. Don't waste powdered sugar everywhere. All right, let me pour the powdered sugar on in here. In my little measuring cup. And this is a cup measuring cup, y'all. Just in case y'all wondering. It is. All right. Let me see what this is looking like. See what this is looking like. I think I need a little bit more up in there. It ran all the way a full cup. All right. That's about a full cup, y'all. So I'm going to pour this on in here. Plus my 2 tablespoons. Tablespoons. So, tablespoons. There's 1. Oh, and there's the 2nd tablespoon, y'all. Okay. And then we got 1.5 tablespoons of milk. So I'm going to go ahead and start with 1.5. Where's my tablespoons? All right. So we're going to start with this and see how it mixes up. And that's about 1/2. But we can go all the way up to 2.5 actual cups of milk, y'all. Let's keep that in mind. Where's my vanilla? So I need 3/4 of a teaspoon of vanilla. Where's my tablespoon? My teaspoon. Okay. Go ahead and pour this on here, y'all. And I actually need 2 of those. Oh, that's okay. I put a little bit more in there, but that's, like I said, it should definitely be fine. I'm sure that nothing's going to happen because I put a little bit more in there, y'all. It's all right. It is all right. And all we're going to do is stir, y'all. And like I said, if it's too thick for you, or if it's too thick for me too, I'm going to be adding some more milk in there. So we can definitely add milk. Because like I said, this is going to be the glaze that's going to pour on top of the cake, y'all. It's going to pour on top of the kids' neck. Trying to get this powdered sugar out of there. Make sure everything is up in there and it's not lumpy at all. I see a few lumps. Let me turn the bowl this way so I can actually kind of beat out the lumps. I see a few lumps for some reason. All right, powdered sugar, you giving me a difficult time. You're going to have some issues up in here. All right, y'all. And this is the glaze. As y'all, well, I'm hoping y'all can see that. Maybe y'all can see that, I'm hoping. Y'all can see it pouring up there? Yeah, y'all can see that. Okay. Like I said, it's fine for me. So I'm going to keep this. But like I said, I pour this on top of the cake once the cake is taken out the pan and has cooled. So, y'all, I'll be back in about another hour, y'all. All right, y'all. I just took the cake out the oven. It is browned on top, of course, as you can see. I can see a little bit of the blue poking through. It's all right. It's still cute. But like I said, this bad boy has to cool down for at least about 20 minutes. 15, 20 minutes, and then I go ahead and flip it on into the pan as well, y'all. So I'll be back in 20 minutes. And it actually baked for an hour. Not an hour and 40 minutes. I keep giving y'all the wrong time, but it's an hour. It will be in the description of the video. But mine baked 1 hour, and that is going to depend on how hot your oven gets and all that kind of stuff too. But like I said, mine was on 350 and it baked for an hour. So when it baked out, turned just like this. It looks very, very nice. So I'll be back in about 15, 20 minutes, y'all. All right, hey y'all, I am back and we're going to go ahead and flip this cake on up out of here. What I always do is take whatever kind of cake dish you're going to use, or the lid or the bottom to it, so the cake can of course be sitting inside the pan. So you want to go ahead and take, of course, put the, like I said, put the cake plate on there, which I've already done. And this is one of those Dollar Tree cake plates. So, but you can use a cute cake plate, whatever you have at home. I'll put it that way. Even if it's a regular large size plate, you can still use that too. And then you just, like I said, just lift on out, y'all. Oh, look at that. It's so pretty. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. Look at this. Ah, it's so cute. It is so, so cute. Oh my gosh. I see the blue on the side, y'all. Let me hold it up for y'all. This is so cute. Oh my goodness. It's so pretty. And I cannot wait to cut this, y'all. It's going to be so, so beautiful. I am pretty sure. I see the red and I see the blue in there too. Of course, it's going to poke out the sides, which is fine. But the cake itself is beautiful. So, oh goodness gracious. I cannot wait to cut this. It's so pretty. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to make my next one. But make sure you, of course, subscribe to see that next one. I put it that way. But like I said, I'm going to have to, I already got the icing made, as y'all see. Or the glaze is going to go on top. It's in my little handy dandy bowl. So once the cake cools down, I'll come back and put the glaze on there. But I also got my 4th of July sprinkles from last year. I had bought these after the 4th sometime last year, y'all. I don't know. It was they were on sale for like $3 or $2 or something at Walmart. So yes, we're gonna put some sprinkles on top of the glaze too. I cannot wait, y'all. Probably not all the sprinkles, probably just these little balls, and then probably these on this side too. They're gonna be so, so pretty, y'all. I'm excited. This cake looks so good. I cannot wait. So I'll see y'all in about like 30 minutes, y'all, because this cake has to cool down. I'll be right back. All right, y'all, we are back, and we're gonna go ahead and get this cake iced, and then of course cut. I put it that way too. So let me go ahead and just take this on down, so we can go ahead and get this bad boy iced. All right. I'm excited to see this cake cut, y'all. I cannot wait. Oh, damn it. Okay. All right, that didn't work. Let me just do it the other way. I'll just edit that out. That's all right. Goodness gracious. Why is it not going all right? All right. Goodness gracious. Silly thing. All right, y'all. Now let's go ahead and get this cake icing. Oh, goodness, y'all. Oh, goodness. And there probably won't be a rhyme or reason for this, but I'm just going to just pour, actually. Let me put this. I'm just going to pour it on top of her. Just going to pour, y'all. And that looks really good. If I don't need to do nothing else to this cake, that's all I need to do. It looks good, actually, the way it is. But as I said, y'all, this is my 4th of July themed cake. And yes, I'm going to put some sprinkles on top of this cake, because I want to see the pretty sprinkles. And if you don't want to do this for your cake, keep in mind you don't have to. I just want to do it for this one, y'all. But you don't have to include sprinkles if you don't want. Like I said, this is something I wanted to do. So that's the sprinkles are optional, very optional. Make sure this. Right, had to get this opened. Uh-oh, am I doing it right? What's going on? Okay. Okay, there we go. We're getting some sprinkles up in here, y'all. I was trying to figure out what's going on with my sprinkles. This is beautiful. I know that sprinkles going everywhere, y'all. We're going to have a whole mess up in here to clean up. That's crazy. That's all the sprinkles I'm put on top of her. I got sprinkles all over the floor, the cabs, the counters, and everything. So we're going to just leave it like this, y'all. Okay. Isn't that pretty, y'all? Pretty, 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 pretty. And the sprinkles in the middle, too. I did the sprinkle. They had the silver stars. So let's go ahead and get a piece of this cut, y'all. I need a plate. So I cannot wait to see this cut, y'all. I'm excited about this cake. So let me, all right. So let me go ahead and cut this bad boy. Let's cut. Let's move the tissue out the way. All right, let's cut, y'all. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, my goodness. I can't wait to see this. Oh, I'm acting like it's my first time making one of these. But this is so beautiful, y'all. I cannot wait. Oh, my God. Look at that, y'all. Let me put this bad boy on a piece on the plate. Put it on a plate. Y'all, this looks so good. Look at that. Oh, my God. It looks so beautiful. That red and that blue, like I said, was going to look amazing, y'all. I told you it's going to look amazing. Oh, my goodness. I told y'all that was going to look amazing. Like I said, I hope y'all, if y'all did the colors on y'all, and just keep in mind, it don't have to be 4th of July theme. It could be any color theme you want. If somebody's having a birthday, they want a purple and orange, put a purple and orange. That's up to you. Whatever color you want to put in your cake, or just leave it plain. You can do that too. But like I said, y'all, this looks amazing. Let me show y'all the inside of the cake. It looks amazing. It looks amazing. I am so excited for my cake, y'all. I'm so excited. Like I said, I hope y'all follow me on the rest of this journey. I'm making 1 pound cake a week. So like I said, this is my first one on July 4th. Of course, the 4th of July cake, that's why it's red and blue. So like I said, y'all, I hope y'all have enjoyed this video. And like I said, I'll be making another one next week too. So definitely, like I said, in order to see those, make sure that you, of course, subscribe to the channel. Eat and Travel with Toni, and click that notification bell to receive all the videos that upload from this point here on out. I'm proud of my cake, y'all. I'm so proud of my cake. Oh my God, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Oh God, it's so pretty. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next pound cake. Like I said, this is the Pound Cake Diaries. Be sure to subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out, y'all.